Hello and welcome to another evidence video for my individual edit. I've actually skipped out a couple of things due to being in the same room as everyone and not being able to speak while I edit properly, so to talk you all the way through it. So I'm just going to pick up on a couple of things that I've done. And explained how I did it, why I did it, but not too much because that will come in my evaluation. I just wanted to show that my edit is my edit. Okay, so I have added in a couple more, quite a few more tracks since the last time. I have tried to mix everything after adding the sounds in bit by bit. So for that I watched each bit over and over and adding in the sounds that I thought I'd missed, basically. It was quite a long list, as you can see over here in my extra sound files, which is this bin that I created here for it, so I knew where to go and almost what sort of files. So I imported them individually at a time, according to when I needed them. So as I moved along the timeline, I then found the different sounds that I needed. So for this one, it was the metal gate when the car reaches it. So I added that one in. It's not too in your face, and it's not so much. I wanted it to be a heavy gate, so I've added that in. Coming along across the timeline and into the video, I also added in some footsteps. I cut out. Let's see if I can open up the effect. Should be down here somewhere. Additional footsteps. That's the one just there. It was footsteps on snow. I actually found quite a good one, but it was only an MP3, so it's a lower quality than what I was supposed to find. But as I'm already gonna put an effect on it, so I just wanted to. Okay, so I did customize it. Let's just see, I put an EQ on it of. They did sound like this. So you can kind of hear them. There is a doubled footsteps. There are doubled footsteps, but then with this, just played with the frequency. I made it, made them higher than. In fact, that's why I can't see it. There we go. I cut out some of the low frequencies to make it sound more tinny for the. I always forget that word. Those special microphones. I've got it written down somewhere actually. Parabolic microphones. They're quite direct, but also it's a small robot, so there's other stuff going on as well, so I just wanted it to be. And maybe, I'm thinking now, maybe it sounded better before. Let's just turn that off again. Maybe they are more like footsteps, leaving it without the EQ on. If I put it with EQ on, I'm not sure about that. I think I might turn them off, to be honest, because I quite like it without. I'm going to leave it without. I think it's better without. I'm not sure. Yeah, definitely better without. So what else did I add in? I have adjusted the sound level between these with the Atmos track and this one. I thought it needed to seem a little bit louder when we were further away from this robot. So it just comes up slightly within everything. That's what these little keyframes are here for. I don't know whether to carry it on, but that's what they're for. I also added in, as you can hear just here, a clock sound to break up the room ambience, because it was quite soft and well, just normal room ambience. There's quite a lot of lights, and the only sounds that I could find were fluorescent tubular lights, you know, when they flicker and hum. So I thought it best to leave that as it was, and thought about adding in a clock tick instead, to just show how quiet it is. That's all it's there to emphasise. You know how quiet a clock tick is, and I just I wanted to get the atmosphere, like the almost piercing silence, I suppose, and all you can hear is this clock. So he opens the doors, the clock gets louder, and I added in this build-up sound, which goes quite nicely into the helicopter sound and the atmospheric sounds. I liked how that went. It was like a build-up to nothing, but we've got this.
Final standby. We go in on my mark.
I lowered the footsteps there. I thought they were very, how they were before, they were quite in your face, very, here are footsteps. So I decided to get rid of those.
Dumb time of year.
Well, not get rid of them, but put them, lower their position in the mix with everything else.
Just some Christmas party, right?
I think the other thing that I've done is I've done a fade the further the helicopter gets away from the camera. And made the atmospheric sound more prominent. I've brought back in the clock tick to do two things. Break up the silence while he speaks, and make the popping noise of the ADR track when he speaks and stops speaking. There's a couple of popping noises, so I just wanted to, and also to enhance that,
each of the world's nations,
I put in a slight background noise as well, just to help with the atmosphere, to build more of the tension.
Has debated the issue of human evolution and come to the exact same conclusion.
See, there's a little bit of a popping sound there, so I might have to just go back in and kind of delete it in a way.
Each of the world's nations has debated the issue of human evolution and come to the exact same conclusion. Thus, we can say that this result represents a true and just future for humanity. If we at Daiwa Heavy Industries have your endorsement, I'd appreciate a round of applause.
I made the clock tick more prominent here as we are looking at the clock. Again, still got this room ambience, and further down here I have a build-up.
Didn't think so.
Starting now. It's the clock tick. It's actually a loop of oh, what symbol is it? I think it's a ride symbol. Mainly for the reason that it sounds like a clock, you know, when a clock strikes on the hour, but also ties into a bit of a basically it's to cover up the fact that we didn't put in the Foley of them hitting the table or whatever, but I think it's more dramatic this way, which is why I've done it. So it's just down here. If I just zoom into it, I've got quite a few keyframes in here as well. That's to do with the clock, so that just makes the clock more prominent in the mix there. Then it goes back to normal.
Didn't think so.
And here we are, round here. Making it louder. And then we cut to outside, which gives us some silence and, you know, a bit of dynamic to the sound design.
The primary target is Saito of Daiwa Heavy Industries.
The other sounds are just around here. I
don't trust this.
I made these quiet. Oh, you didn't say. With this here, the robot sounds, the mechanical sounds of things going overhead.
I said we didn't
Loud
need them.
here.
Why are there so many robots?
Because they're so close to us.
No idea. Ask the chief.
And here, because you can see them.
Latest Daiwa.
And then quieter in the mix while
Latest
they're
or
over
not,
here.
I don't trust this.
I've made the atmospheric sounds of the wind and the snow coming through here quite prominent as well, because that would make quite a loud noise as that was happening. I also put in this little build-up noise just here. It's just a little sound. It's almost like it's music, but it's not. I did think about adding a little bit of music, but with it being anime and sci-fi, unless you wrote it or were very lucky in finding the right kind of music, I don't think adding music to this would have helped in any way. So I thought it best to leave it out, but adding in things that could almost class as being music, but really they're just, I've called them build-up sounds. Excuse me a minute. Sorry about that. So that starts and builds up. It also makes this robot sound here not as in your face as well. Even though we are focused on them, that's what we can see visually. I don't really want it to be too overpowering, but you know something's going to happen. You know they're floating towards, or I say floating, just streaming towards this place. They've dropped out of the heli thing. It's a little bit of, you know, sound to help along with the process. I got an electric sound just here for this little bit of a grab, pulling out the wires. Also added in a ringing sound as well for the explosions, some more footsteps for these guys running, an impact sound which was missing. They've got the flying through the sky sound. Wherever it went back too far. These open, carry on. This why doesn't that work? What? Impact sounds, where are they? Impact, big robot. This is annoying. I think I've deleted that somehow. I'm only left with that.
Hey? For a little bit and then it's the lion. Why? Oh.
I have to correct that. Revealing project, impact sounds. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to re-import it in. But for now, I'm gonna add a track in between those, so delete that. After audio, after that. Okay, so that should have added a track. Or did I say before? Oh, I did say after. Re-import this and just open that out again. Find out what's missing. So that's okay. So it's from here. That bit. So I can delete that because I've got all of that. um, um, need to get a more accurate cut there and bring that up. I don't know what that is. Oh, I don't need that bit. Okay, so I've got that back, wherever that went before, not sure. And now I can actually add in when that hits the floor. There we go. Let's heighten that a little bit. Switch that again. There we go. Rename spot effect. Door hitting floor. That's better. Just lower that a little bit. Peaks. That's okay. Just save that. Also added in that, and that. That's a bit loud.
Sword? Damn you, Maria.
That's fine. I've put up some, I've put a little ambient noise in there, just build things up, which is just here, just there. Just kind of breaks up the footsteps a little bit, which is why I've put it in. I didn't really like it.
Get out of my way!
Still underneath it. And then ringing noise for the bomb. And while this is happening, I think I'll just lower that a little bit more, I think. Oh, can't even hear it now. Just fading it out to this point of the gun, because then you don't have to just put it out dead. And another build up just here that I've added in. Just creates a little bit more of drama. The silence, the little dip of silence within that, the build up to the silence to then, it just makes it seem a little bit louder than it actually is, and a little bit more dramatic than it actually. That's quite dramatic, so you want it to seem as dramatic as it is. And then we've got the leg stack. And I think I'm gonna add in a little hit there, and that's it. I hit and roll, and I think I'm good. Save it there. Thanks very much for watching this chapter. Over and out.